Hi class, I would like to take this opportunity to go through the benefits of keeping track of your keywords and how it can allow for your research experience to be more beneficial if you keep a log of all the keywords that you use. Plus, there is a bit of a strategy that you need to learn a bit when it comes to using keywords and how to use your research time more effectively. So on the screen here, you can see that there are there are 5 questions about how to use your keywords in the most efficient way. The first one is questions about the research process, questions to ask about your rhetorical situation, questions about the rhetorical situation that produced your source, questions about your research tools, and questions about your results. So the first thing that I would like to state is that the most important element in any kind of research is that there is no such thing as a perfect search. It definitely takes time and it definitely takes the mindset to be flexible. Okay, so let's go to the first question. So questions about the research process. The first question about the research process that you might have is, are you searching broadly to learn more about the topic? So when you do a keyword search in a database or even a search engine, the computer looks for exact or close to exact matches for your terms and the information it has stored. Although some systems may be programmed to make common substitutions for you, for the most part, computers do exactly what you tell them to do. So this means that you will need to make some guesses about the specific words and phrases that are likely to be used in articles, books, and other sources stored in the database. Keep this in mind. The better educated these guesses are, the more effective the search is likely to be. So let's look at question number 2. Have you started to focus or narrow your approach to the topic? So that is something also to consider. So let's move on to the next one. Questions to ask about your rhetorical situation. So once you realize that magazines, newspapers, journals, and websites are published with specific audiences or communities in mind, you can tailor your key terms to the communities for whom the texts are written for in the first place. So let's look at question 1. That goes with what I had just said. Are you writing for a specific community or audience? For example, let's say let's say you are looking for something about the medical field, and you might use the terms hypertension to describe the condition commonly called high blood pressure. So, thinking rhetorically, you would use this specialized term to search for articles written by and for doctors, and the more common terms to search for news articles written for the general public. Question 2. Does your audience expect you to use specific types of sources as evidence? So this begs the question, or should be answered depending upon what kind of research you have to do for your assignment. Next question is questions about the rhetorical situation that produced your source. So, as you find useful sources, you can use those to identify more keywords. You can scan articles, abstracts for important terms. Academic journals often allow authors to add their own keywords to their articles, kind of like a hashtag. If you have the article, look for these keywords underneath the abstract. You can also find most of this information without leaving the database. Click on the title of a useful article or book, and you will find an individual item record that is likely to include a variety of keywords and subject terms as well as the article abstract. So, question 1. Who is likely to be talking about your topic or theme? That goes with your audience. Question 2. What publications, channels, or platforms are they likely to use? Other questions. Are you looking for sources produced by a particular community? Do different communities use specific or specialized terms to discuss your topic? Does your instructor have any suggestions for specialized terms or phrases to use? Next question is questions about the research tools. So let's go to the first one. Are you using a focused or Are you using a focused search tool like Agricola or GeoRef, or something broad and cross-disciplinary like Google Scholar or Academic Search Complete? I would like to state also about research tools is that it is most important to consider the scope and breadth of their search when you choose keywords. This means knowing something about the research tool that you are using. Internet search engines like Google are very broad in their scope. With these, you can search for a huge variety of sources created for all kinds of reasons. By different types of authors in many languages, there are also research tools that are highly specialized. Some let you search for a specific type of information like photographs, movie reviews, or historical documents, just to give you an example. Others give you access to sources written by and for a particular community or even a discipline. So with Google Scholar in particular, you could look up in a particular database for articles from economic journals. The terms economic would appear in almost every article. In addition, the database itself would be much smaller, meaning that a broader search might still return a focused set of results. So question 2. Is there a thesaurus embedded or attached into the search tool? You could use these additional synonyms in some cases to also add to your keyword list. Question 3. Are there key term subjects, heading, topics, or descriptors you can browse? That can bring you onto another journey of finding more information about the topic that you are interested in or that you have to research. Okay, the next question are questions about your results. So, are your search results relevant? So let's go over a little bit of this. As you search, you should pause regularly to analyze your results as a whole. If they are useful, fantastic. If not, use what you know about how keywords work to troubleshoot your search terms. If you're getting lots of irrelevant results, consider combining your broad keywords with additional terms or substituting keywords with synonyms. Expect to do several searches testing different combinations. If you're not finding results, think about how you could conceptualize your search more broadly. Exactly, so I think I just touched upon question number 2. If you are finding too many irrelevant sources, you can add a word or phrase to focus your results in a more useful way. Okay, question 3. If you have too few results, can you delete some terms or try a broader term? And then question 4, looking at the sources you have already found, do the authors provide keywords or search terms? Again, you can find these keywords in the abstract and underneath the abstract in the scholarly article on the front page. So, in the end here, you do not need to find hundreds of useful results. Once you find a few useful or interesting sources, you can use these sources to find more. Look closely at the results that are relevant to see if they use different terms or describe your concepts. Look at the bibliographies or works cited list of useful sources and see if there are more related concepts, useful journals, or even specific sources you want to track down. So, I hope you enjoyed this brief lecture on keywords, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you, everyone.